So, welcome to the tutorial of how to share your assets in Mediabank. So sharing is a very powerful feature, so we'll show you different ways of doing that within the Mediabank library application. So, of course, we assume that you have a login in Mediabank and that you are familiar with basic functionality within Mediabank. If not, please see our other tutorial videos on how to get to know Mediabank. We have several of them. So we'll cover both how to share inside and how to share outside of Mediabank. So let's start with sharing inside. So you have found your content either by choosing your saved searches or simply by finding, you want to find Tarjei. You need to spell it correctly, of course. So you found your clips. So you know that it's one of these Tarjei clips that you want to share with some of your colleagues. Let's say it's this first one. You select it, you go to the main menu, and you say copy asset link. So this now gives you a direct URL on your clipboard that you will paste into, for instance, your Slack channel. So I will go to Slack and I will paste this either to a person or to a channel. So I'll just simply paste that link in here. If you want to address somebody in particular, this is Slack, you have to say at, let's say it's my colleague Marius, and then a space and then paste. So then this person will get the notification about this message, which simply is a direct link to this great action that you found within Mediabank. So what you need to do then is simply click this link, and bear in mind this opens this link in your default browser. So in my case this is Chrome, and since I'm already logged into Mediabank, it takes this one clip of Tarjei, which is the one I wanted to share, and loads it into workspace 3, so you can simply hit play and it'll start playing back this great clip of Tarjei doing an interview of Happy Days or whatever it is. So make sure that you set your browser to the one that you're working with for Mediabank as your default browser on your local machine. If you're not logged into Mediabank, the link will still work in the same way. The only difference is that you will have to log in first. So I can show you how that works. So let's pretend that I'm not logged into Mediabank and I get this notification on Slack and I hit this link. It will then detect that I'm not logged into Mediabank, so I'm simply signing in. And once I hit enter, it opens Mediabank in the right workspace with the correct clip. Other ways of sharing or making information easily available inside Mediabank is by generating great searches, groups, projects that you can make available for the group that you're a member of as a user. So by making a search, let's say that I want to find something with this Ole Einar guy, and I want to save this as a search. I simply do free text this time and I say this is Ole Einar, Einar free text, and I can make that available for the group that I choose. So this is a great way of sharing in the sense that everybody who is a member of this group will then have this search available. So if you're making great content or making great searches and you're adding that to a group, you're kind of helping each other to find great stories, which is what the Olympics is about. So that's how you do it for search. Simply allocate it to a group. You can also make it public, which of course is then for everybody. So I'll just go ahead and save that for the Highlights Factory in this case. And then the Highlights Factory group members can simply, in the saved search lists under group, they can choose to view or not view this search in the sidebar. So if I open the saved searches, you can see that if I switch it off, it will disappear from the list, or I can switch it on and it will appear in the list. This is how you make it available for yourself. The same way goes for projects. So a project, as you know, if you watched our previous tutorial, is just a manual collection of items. In the same way here, I can choose these 6 clips here and I can say add to project. So I will say I'll make a new one called Ole Einar, and I'll also make that available for a group or public, and you can save that. And we now have a project which is shared with the members of this group. And in the same way, if you're in edit mode in the project, you can add stuff to it and you can rename it and you can make it available for even more users by simply adding them here. So the final way of easily making things available and sharing them inside is by grouping. So grouping is just a very quick way of associating one clip to another clip. So I can, again, let's say it's these 4, they're making a great interview about the same kind of story. You can simply right click, and on the top here you have groups. You can say group assets. So if there's no group that exists from before, you say group assets. If there is a group that exists from before, you can add additional assets to an existing group. But I'll do group assets, and in the same way here I'll call them great interviews on memories from the past, whatever you want to call it. Again, you can then share it with groups, or you can make it public for everybody, and you create that group. And now these assets are grouped. So if I'm logging in as a user now, I'm reloading the page, and the groups, I have great interviews, and they now have this nice little link icon. So they are created simply as a group. So if I go into workspace 3 and I find one of these clips, I now can just loop through them, and they are saved kind of like a folder, so you can have easy access to them right here. So simply clicking the X takes me back to the whole library search, and you can see, oh, I want to see one of these clips in this group. You can simply click that and it takes you to the assets within that group just by clicking the icon. If I wanted to remove this guy from this group, you can simply say remove from group great interviews, and the icon is gone, and the group now is 3 clips. So grouping is another great way of sharing, again, finding things, associating them, and making them available for a group or making it public. So that's groups. So that's the internal sharing. You can make great searches, projects, and groups, make them available for Mediabank groups or public. And of course you have the copy asset link, which is great for notifying on different communication channels like Slack, or you can use email to just say, hey, have a look at this great clip that I found, and share it with somebody else. And then there might be that you're using freelancers, or you need to notify a third party, sponsors, whatever it might be, that are not holding a Mediabank account. So you want to grant them access to, let's say that it is these 4 clips here. Then we can use something called Quicklink. So it's on the main menu. You can say add to Quicklink, or you can say send Quicklink. So for now, I'll say add to Quicklink. And what it does is it put those 4 assets in a kind of an mbox, but it's not exactly the same. And you can find also on the menu per asset. So I'll add that to Quicklink as well. So it's now 5. And the difference between send Quicklink and add to Quicklink is simply that if you choose send Quicklink, it opens this modal right away. Whereas add to, you can go and pick and choose from whatever it is that you want and add it to the Quicklink. So what is a Quicklink? It is a unique access granting web page that you can send via SMS or email. So you simply write, the emails that you want to send it through to. And if you have made pre-made notification lists that consists of, a bunch of emails, you will choose them from here. You can also do SMS. So you need the country code and then the number. For Norway, you can skip the country code. So, and then you type your email. So this is need to watch these great interviews and check them out. You may download the low res if you like. So there are a few things that's good to notice here. One of them is the Quicklink activation. So this is basically the security lockdown mechanism. So you can make this link available for 1 to 30 days, hours, clicks, or months. So if you say 4 clicks, the 5th time this web page is loaded, the link will have expired. Or you can set it by hours, days, etc. Another thing that's very important to know is that you may allow the recipients of this link to download the original file or the proxy file. So in this case, I will just allow them the proxy file. And display the LTC is basically that we'll have a counter that displays the time code. Some might find that useful if this is for NLEs or post-production people that they want to see the actual link of the time code. And oops, I forgot that this one shouldn't be there. I can remove from this link. So if I hit execute now, I will send, oh, this number was wrong. I'll just remove that. I will send one text and one email for this link. I'll hit execute. And it's not doing anything else than simply adding these assets to a unique URL. We're not encoding anything or anything. It's just instantly available. So I already got the beep in my on my phone already. So from Mediabank at the top here, you can see that I already got the text on my phone, and I already have a an email as well. So if I open my mail, and I have need to watch these great interviews email. So and it comes from Eurosport. So if I hit this link now, it'll open the access to these 4 clips immediately. So you use that for non-Mediabank users. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log out. So I'm pretending I have no access to Mediabank. I'm logged out. So if I click this link now, it opens a Mediabank-like page, and it says it has 4 files and it's valid for 59 minutes more because I set the expiration to 1 hour. And it's these 4 clips that I added. So they can be played back, and I can download the proxy by clicking this link. So it's a great way of sharing content from Mediabank to people that do not have access or are not Mediabank account holders. So to summarize, for sharing internally, use copy asset link, which is available here or from the main menu. To share via Slack or email, and you just paste that link in and notify, hey, this great piece of content, and you want to share it with your colleagues. Use saved searches, projects, and groups, and allocate them to your group members or make them public to, make great collections of beautiful content from the Olympics and share that. And finally, if you want to share to users or non-users of Mediabank outside, freelancers, whatever it might be, use the Quicklink feature, which is available again here for single assets. For multiple assets, simply lasso around them and use the main menu and use the add to or send to Quicklink function here. And then make sure that you set the expiration policy by days, hours, clicks, or months, and simply add your recipients and share it by hitting the execute button. So that pretty much concludes what we want to cover for sharing in Mediabank. Please have a look around in the support section for more information, and have a great Olympics, and we'll see you again soon.